Dak Prescott had a really impressive day versus them stinking New York Giants. I mean, he was back there in a pocket where he had all day to sling it. He's just out there slinging it. He's making Mark Holmes keto meals. He's dancing with Joe Boo. He was just having a great time. But you know what? There was another quarterback within the division who was even more impressive, who had more on the line, who was on a revenge tour. The North Dakota Assassin is back.
Hail the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody, doing? King Ding back here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you're all doing well. Me, I'm great. The Eagles won. They won on Sunday. It always makes the rest of the week go really, really quick, and we're 1-0, and I cannot wait for week 2 when we play the Atlanta Falcons. But you know what? We'll talk about the Atlanta Falcons, and we'll talk about the game and the game plan and all those things later in the week. This video, I want to discuss some breaking news and then some things that I saw from from Sunday's game. And I want to talk a little bit about Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott. So we're going to get into that. But let's talk about what happened today. Malik Jackson, the defensive tackle the Eagles brought in this year, he got hurt. He's out for the year with a Liz Frank injury. Now, this is a significant injury. I mean, I think this is a pretty big loss for us. It's not something that we can't overcome or we don't have the depth to or the players that can do it. We do. But I think with him, we lose something on our pass rush because he's a very good inside pass rusher. I hate to see him go. We also have Timmy Jernigan, who was with us in 2017 when we went to the Super Bowl. So I don't think from against the run or anything like that, we're going to lose a whole bunch. And the Eagles have ways to basically make up for that pass rush we're losing with Malik Jackson. One of the ways they may do it, they've done this in the past, you take Brandon Graham, you put him inside on passing situations. So, you get a really good inside pass rush that way. Vinny Curry can also do it. So there are ways. I'm not really concerned. I don't think this is going to affect our long-term goal of winning Super Bowl or winning games. It's just a shame that this guy signs, comes here, and then he gets hurt so quick. But he's a good player, and the Eagles will have to make up for that production, which I'm sure they will. So with Jackson on the IR, the Eagles go ahead and they sign defensive tackle Akeem Spence. Now, Akeem Spence started 16 games with the Miami Dolphins last year. He's 27 years old. He was drafted, I believe, 2013, 100 overall in the 4th round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's bounced around. He was with Detroit for a while, too. So he's a guy with some experience, and I kind of like this move. And the reason I like this move is because you're getting your 4th defensive tackle, who is now 27 years old, who has played and has starting experience. And I think that's important. I think that's a good move for the Eagles. So the Eagles signed Akeem Spence to take Malik Jackson's position on the roster, and I think this is a good move by the Eagles. What's interesting, though, and what you want to keep your eye on, is the Eagles also cut Alex Ellis, the tight end. They once again have 2 active tight ends on the roster, and they're going to run a ton of 12-man personnel. So you think that this has got to change, but who knows at this point? I don't know. They cut Alex Ellis, which means the Eagles now have a roster spot open. What could this mean? Who could they be looking to fill it with? Possibly, maybe here's a name, Paul Warlow. Remember Paul Warlow got cut, went to Baltimore, then retired. He may want to come back. The Eagles worked him out today, which is very interesting. So he gets a workout. They haven't signed him or anything. We'll see what happens. But the Eagles have a roster spot even after signing Akeem Spence. I kind of wonder if it's maybe for a defensive end. Maybe they want another defensive end. I'm just guessing, man, because I don't know why the extra roster spot. I mean, you think you would need 3 tight ends on your active roster. Maybe it's for Paul Warlow. I don't know. But it's something to keep in mind because the Eagles do have an open roster spot, and I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. But my thought was maybe with, you taking Brandon Graham and Vinnie Curry and putting them inside on pass rushing situations, maybe you want to add one more defensive end so you can activate Deshaun Hall, who wasn't active last week. Maybe that's just a thought. I don't know. But keep your eyes open. Eagles have one roster spot open, and I'm sure they have a plan and how he knows exactly what he's going to do. So I'll be looking out for that. You guys definitely do that too. So Malik Jackson to the IR. It's a shame, man. I hate to see that happen. Hopefully he recovers quickly. I think he signed a 3-year deal and he'll be back. But yeah, you hate to see it. And if you look at week 1 around the league, there were a ton of injuries. My gosh, there were a ton of injuries. And I really felt bad for Nick Foles. I mean, did you see the pass he made? And he scores a touchdown and he hurts his shoulder. At least Nick has a chance to possibly come back this year. But it's a shame. It's a lot of injuries week 1. Week 1 has been pretty interesting. I mean, from the get-go. I mean, from the whole Antonio Brown thing, like on Saturday, to through all the games and everything, it's been pretty interesting. And when I look at the Eagles game and what we did, I mean, I feel pretty good. I have some concerns. With the pass rush and with the secondary, and I kind of see them as linked, okay? I think if each one is doing their job a little better, it helps the other one. But I thought that they kind of struggled in pass rush and in secondary, especially in the first half. I thought the pass rush kind of got there more in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. But that's a slight concern. Now I'm not super worried about it because we didn't play a lot of our starters all preseason. So I think you gotta be patient, give it a few weeks. But I hope that this week against Atlanta we see an improvement. That would be nice. But that was really the only thing that concerned me. Other than that, I mean, you see this offense. I mean, did you see this offense? Are you kidding me? I mean, the Eagles, they don't score anything in the first quarter. They're down 17-0. And it's not the offensive fault, because I got a lot of Cowboy fans saying, oh, look at Carson Wentz. He made his team go down 17-0. Had nothing to do with Carson Wentz. Did you see how bad that defense played? The offense, I think they had 2 possessions the first quarter. It was horrible. They had no chance. But as soon as Carson hit Deshaun Jackson, that first bomb, it was it. It was over. Now, I'm going to say this. 17-0, I was never scared the Redskins would beat us. Never. Because I expected us to come out slow for not playing in preseason. And by the second half, Carson, the whole offense, they went to work. And let me tell you, Deshaun Jackson, Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffrey, this team is loaded with weapons. And that deep threat, what I was talking about last year, we need a deep threat on the outside. That's why. That is why you need it. Unbelievable. And I got to tell you, I was really impressed with Carson Wentz, because what I saw from Carson wasn't 2017 MVP Carson. I mean, he was there, but it was 2017 MVP Carson with a lot more experience, a lot more wise. You look at some of the things he did, right? I only watched the game 3 times. I need to watch it more, but there were a couple times where he was going back in the pocket, and in the past, as it was collapsing, he would shoot up and go straight and try to run, right? But not anymore. You saw him step up in the pocket, buy a little more time, and then throw. And then a couple times where he rolled out, and normally in the past he would run, but he didn't. He kept his head up, looked, find the guy, threw it. And doing these things, he didn't take a shot, he didn't get hit. And that's good. I think Carson is making really good decisions, and that was nice to see. People complain about him not having a long ball. He can't throw the deep ball. Well, he answered that question to me with Deshaun Jackson. Carson Wentz was really, really impressive. Really impressive. And I was talking to somebody, and they were a Cowboy fan, and I just was talking. I said, Carson Wentz, he's impressive. He's impressive. He had a great game. And it was, well, Dak had a better game. I said, oh, he did? He said, Dak had a better game. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't say much because I wanted to go back and rewatch. I just kind of laughed and like, Dallas stinks or whatever. So I come back, I watch the game again, the Dallas game, and I'm watching it. And the first thing I can tell you is this. Dak had a great game. No doubt about it. He deserves all the credit. Good quarterback. I'm not going to take anything from him. He had a great game. But when I look at the 2 quarterbacks, I was more impressed with Carson Wentz. And not just because he's an Eagle fan. I'm going to tell you the reason why I thought Carson was more impressive than Dak Prescott. I know Cowboy fans don't want to hear it, but this is just the truth. This is just my opinion of a dingbat, okay? But look, if you let's go over their stats. How about we do that? So here's what Dak Prescott did against the stinking Giants. He was 25 of 32, 405 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I think he had a perfect passer rating. Fantastic. Fantastic, okay? Now, you look at Carson Wentz and his day. He was 28 of 39, 313 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Really, it should have been 4 touchdowns. The one throw to Outshined was slightly behind him, so it was technically a pitch, and it became a rush for Outshined. But really, he threw 4 touchdowns. Let's face it. Okay, but he gets credit for 3. Okay, so he has a pretty good day too. Now, what I saw from Dak Prescott in his game was he was going up against the worst defense I might have ever seen in my life. That defense stinks! The Giants' defense stinks! Do you know that he was only pressured on 9% of all the plays? 9% of however many plays he dropped back for a pass, he had pressure. He didn't have any pressure other than that. When you have 7-8 seconds to throw, somebody's going to get open. Somebody's going to get open. And that's what happened. And you look at, there was one play, I want to say it was Gallup, I'm not sure, maybe Cobb, right? It was, I think it was the third quarter or something. I can't remember what quarter, but Dak throws to him. It was like a 7-yard, 8-yard pass. And they catch it at their own 27. And he runs to the Giants' 25-yard line. That's passing yards right there, even though that ball never traveled through the air. Okay? So statistics can be misleading sometimes. Sometimes they're not. I mean, it just depends. Did Dak Prescott have a great game? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Is he going to get a big contract? Yes, he is. But when you Dallas Cowboy fans come and tell me he was better than Carson Wentz, when Carson Wentz went up against a team that has a good front, okay, the team that put pressure, that made him have to move around, a team that was up 17-0 for him to come back and have to make clutch throws at clutch times. And you're saying, what do you mean clutch? What are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. This is why I was more impressed with Carson Wentz and his performance. Let me explain. In 2017, when Carson Wentz was tearing up the league and he was on pace to be the MVP, he had the best passer rating. He had the best statistics on third down. Nobody was even close to him. Okay? Then in 2018, his numbers went down by 33% on third down, okay? In 2017, on third down, he averaged 9 yards per pass. In 2018, 6 yards per pass. So he was not good on third down. And Carson Wentz, the MVP guy, he has to be good on third down for us, okay? So we come to 2019. Are we getting 2018 Carson? Are we getting 2017 Carson? What are we getting? Okay? And the first drive of the game, the first series for the Eagles, Carson on third down, he overthrows Nelson Aguilar. Do you know after that incompletion, he didn't miss another third down throw? Carson Wentz on third down went, where did he go? 12 of 13, 193 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Okay, 2 50-plus yard touchdowns where the defense ain't biting on a play action or anything like that. It's just mano-a-mano, come stop us. Carson Wentz on third down killed the Redskins. He killed them. And if we're getting that, that's 2017 Carson. That's 2017 Carson and then some. He averaged 15 yards per pass, okay, on third down. 12 of 13, 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. Those are situations where a winning quarterback, a clutch quarterback, has got to hit it. Now, Dak didn't have to do that because the Giants stink, okay? And I'm not taking anything away from Dak Prescott. I am simply responding. I'm responding to those who have told me that Dak Prescott is way more impressive than Carson Wentz. Because when you really look at it, and you look at the competition that they were playing, and you look at the situation that they were playing, the North Dakota Assassin took care of business. I mean, did you see the one throw to Outshined Jeffrey? I mean, did you see some of the throws? The North Dakota Assassin is back. It is back, and it's beautiful. And I hope that this video finds Mark Holmes. I hope it finds other Cowboy fans. I hope it finds them, and I hope it increases the intensity of this rivalry, because October 20th, Sunday Night Football in Dallas, where the Satan chickens are sacrificed and all that crap, the Eagles are going in there to double moonwalk some ass. And I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it, because I really think the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles are on a collision course. Nobody can stop it. It's the Eagle train, the Dallas Cowboy train, and it's coming to a head. And nobody can stop it. And I'm pumped for it, because I think the winner of this little series here could be going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are good. Dallas is good. I give credit. But we're going to double moonwalk the ass. And when I hear that Carson is this and Carson's that, and then he comes out and does what he does, the way he does it, how he does it, against who he does it, and then I see what, Dak Prescott does, sitting there eating Mark Holmes keto meals. I'm sorry. You got to give Carson Wentz his credit. You got to give him his credit, and I'll give you your Dak Prescott credit. But Carson was better on Sunday. Just my opinion. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.